Hey everybody, welcome back to Wing Wednesdays. I'm Tucker, and today I'm going to talk with you about one of my favorite new boards, which is the Fanatic Sky Wing for 2022. So if you're into a new board for 2022, curious about this one, hang around with us. I'll tell you a little bit about it, go over some of the features and benefits with you, and my personal review, what I'm liking, what I'm riding, and yeah, we'll get to that right now. So what we have here is the 2022 Fanatic Sky Wing. I've been testing this 5.0 size for, I don't know, quite a while now, about 3 months. Really loving it. As you can tell, I've got some good wear on it already. Not that it's required any kind of repair, just some scratches. What we got here is 5.0 by 24 inches in width, 75 liters volume. So that's packing quite a lot of volume into a compact shape, especially with that rail outline here that they've increased for 2022. It's got a little bit more outline, but still keeping that narrow waist, and just really efficient, fun board. I'll walk you through some of the features on this board, benefits, and then I'll get you my review after riding it for a couple of months. So, as I mentioned, the nose is a bit more pulled in this year. That really helps with touchdowns, brings the swing weight down in the nose, just makes it feel a bit more surfy. Good traction pad here, real grippy. As you can tell, I've even got some frozen sand on the board here. It won't fall off. It's nice grippy pad, that micro texture. Really keeps your knees in place when you're starting, and your feet obviously when you're ripping around, but also not having big knobby traction that makes it hard for your feet to move around. So really liking that. On the front foot strap here, my strap's kind of blocking it, but you've got a center option straight down the middle, dead center on front and back, and then you've got a few options out at a wider stance, so you can easily go down the center, you know, one at an angle like I have here at a number of different angles here, or you can run three-way strap either down to a middle point or to two separate screw locations here. So really loving this screw pattern, you know, without going crazy and adding a bunch of weight to the board with a million different options. They've really nailed it. I feel like it's in a great spot for where the foil box is placed for a number of different foils, and I've been really amped on that. I've been riding kind of this long single front strap here and a foot hook that really allows my feet to move around to the ideal location, and also allows me to exit the board easily without, you know, injuring my ankles or knees. So I've been really stoked on this setup for freestyle, for surf, for light winds, whatever. So that's the way I've been running it for a long time, even though a lot of times I don't necessarily need strap or a hook. It's fun to have those on there to boost an air, or, you know, just help out with a little leverage when you need it. Jumping down here, you'll see on this board, I have just kind of a normal vent plug screw, but the factory ones that will be supplied actually have an automatic venting plug, so you won't need to touch that in any way. Automatically vents through a Gore-Tex membrane, which is awesome. You've got a deck handle here that helps you carry the board. And then coming back to your rear straps, you've got a number of different locations with a double post mount here. And in the back is the same, so that you can use a double screw type connection to reduce twist, especially if you're entering that on both sides. You know, that really helps with that. And they're actually at the proper orientation for a foot hook, as you can tell here. So it's nice to not have to re-drill the foot hook to fit the proper distance this way. Don't do your foot hook like that, because it'll rip it out. Go this way to give you that front and back support, because there's some more leverage on the hook. Yeah, so that is that board. You can notice the tail is pretty pulled in, very square rails in the tail, keeping lots of volume back there. So that's that for the deck. Going to the bottom here, You'll notice there is a light chine, kind of a steep chine here up near the nose, and that helps deflect through chop and just kind of make it a smooth riding board. On the nose here, you've got a bit of a hull. There's no peak, but it's rounded like a hull here to help you smoothly glide through chop and lift off the water with less stickiness, less resistance, and touch down more softly. So that's a real, you know, subtle detail on this board that really adds to the way it rides. I think it's definitely a Cadillac in the way it rides. And then you look at the rest of the rail, it's very square, very full, you know, almost a right angle, you know, more than half of the board, probably 2/3 of the board is pretty much a right angle all the way to the tail. No step tail. They just chopped it off right here behind the box. So there's no extra board where you don't need it. Every bit of this board is planing, and having that right edge really helps with the release off the tail in a lighter day to build speed and make sure the whole board is planing as much as it can. This board is no wider than it needs to be. You'll notice the dimension of this board is a little bit narrower than other boards of the similar volume. And the way they're achieving that is just with those real full, square, stable rails that are building a lot of planing ability. So this board rides, or planes I should say, and has a better lower end than most boards of a similar size because of that, especially a board of a similar width. It's very user-friendly. It's very capable in light winds for a board of these dimensions, and easy to ride. You know, all that volume in the tail really gives you some good room out in front of the center of mass. So there's more board in front of your body when you're knee starting, when you're planing. And really that just gives you more ease of use. You're not going to pearl the nose as easily. You're not going to, you know, have too much board behind your feet and have to step back and get it lifting. So really amped on this board. Can't say enough good about it. I've just loved it. This has been Tucker with MACkiteboarding.com, and we'll see you next Wing Wednesdays.